Hi everyone, my name is Trevor. I have an important message for you guys today. There's this program by the United Nations called Agenda 21 that was made in 1992. It was pretty much what they're going to do if they get control of the world. 2015, they came up with this global stabilization for 2030. Had 193 or 92 countries signed off on it. As you can see on their website, this is when it took effect in 2016. Most people thought they just signed for global warming, but they actually signed for these 17 goals. Now here is the 17 goals, and I've made a list that goes with each of the 17 goals, which you can see here. Now I'll show you how this list goes with the 17 goals. Each goal goes with the goal on the list. Like goal 1, no more poverty, goes with a list number 1, money. Goal number 1, no more poverty. They'll have to have control over the money in order to get the money to where it needs to be. If you put all the goals together, you see you pretty much have to control everything, and there'll be a one world dictator. If you don't think so, well, think about goal number 16. Peace and justice. They'll have to get control over the law and courts in order to do this goal. Well, doesn't that suggest they're going to have control of everything if they have control over that? Now, they made a law in Canada where the kids aren't allowed to tell their parents about this program in school. This program is to teach kids about neutral gender. And I do believe this goes with goal number 5. They feel that they don't want their parents to influence what gender their children want to be. As if children could pick their own gender. You're born with a gender. You're never going to know. These kids are gone for this program, and you're not going to know what's been taught because they're not allowed to tell you. I don't even know how they're going to enforce it. But you don't know what other programs or what other bills they're come up with, what other laws. It's totally crazy. It's just so stupid. You're going to be completely out of the loop. It's not democracy at all. They passed this bill with very little people knowing about it. I mean, what other bills could get voted in here where the parents won't know about it? They could do like all 17 goals. Actually, in fact, I believe that's why they came up with this bill, and that's why they're doing this. Because they want to teach our children this stuff without us knowing about it, because we probably be against it, right? So this is like really bad. I'm really suspicious about this law because I've seen videos about the United Nations wanting to influence kids into believing the United Nations. Like this video here about the United Nations agenda.
How the people who are perpetrating these things expect to do this and make it last. And the answer to that is that you steal a generation of children and you indoctrinate them so that they accept these ideas and they become global citizens.
Next video, I want to show how Obama and Trudeau are for this. They are giving our government away to the United Nations. And I don't believe or trust the United Nations at all.
Do you feel that sustainable development is Canada's future?
Absolutely. Being smart about our long-term decisions is what matters.
The world must act. We cannot leave people behind. And so today we commit ourselves to new sustainable development goals, including our goal of ending extreme poverty in our world.
I believe it's these secret societies are behind the United Nations. They say that this Illuminati or secret society could be, they're very rich people. They could own Hollywood or part of it, or they could get the members into it. They own media. They could, curve the media to which way they want or try to, even though many people aren't necessarily part of it, but they can still censor it and fire people and do this if they don't say what they want to say. That's why everybody has to know about this. The conspiracy they should know about it, but the theories and stuff, they could know more fact. There's a lot of fact to it. Not only that, there's a lot of fact that the United Nations are trying to control everything about being democracy. They haven't mentioned it. If they do now, I think it's too late. You guys gotta watch this video. You gotta see this stuff. A lot of Masons have bought up a lot of the media and Hollywood and the recording studios. They buy as much media as they can because they know they can control the information and influence the younger generation. I believe they own most of it, but not all of it.
The question of how and why the United Nations is the crux of the great conspiracy to destroy the sovereignty of the United States and the enslavement of the American people within a UN one-world dictatorship is a complete and unknown mystery to the vast majority of the American people. The reason for this unawareness of the frightening danger to our country and to the entire free world is simple. The masterminds behind this great conspiracy have control of all of our mass communications media, especially television, the radio, the press, and Hollywood. However, the vitally important thing for all Americans to know is that our so-called leaders in Washington, whom we elected to safeguard our nation and our Constitution, are the betrayers, and that behind them are a comparatively small group of men whose sole objective is to enslave the whole world of humanity in their satanic plot of one-world government. The enemy, meaning the one-world conspirators, have seized upon that word liberal as a cover-up for their activities. It sounds so innocent and so humanitarian to be liberal. Will make sure that the person who calls himself a liberal or is described as a liberal is not in truth a red. This satanic plot was launched back in the 1760s when it first came into existence under the name of the Illuminati. This Illuminati was organized by one Adam Weishaupt. After the Illuminati was exposed and became too notorious, Weishaupt and his co-conspirators began to operate under various other names. In the United States, immediately after World War I, they set up what they called the Council on Foreign Relations, commonly referred to as the CFR. And this CFR is actually the Illuminati in the United States. And its hierarchy, the masterminds in control of the CFR, to a very great extent, are the descendants of the original Illuminati conspirators. But to conceal that fact, most of them changed their original family names to American-sounding names. For example, the true name of the Dillons, Clarence and Douglas Dillon, once Secretary of the U.S. Treasury Department, is Lepowski. There is a similar establishment of the Illuminati in England, operating under the name of the British Institute of International Affairs. There are similar secret Illuminati organizations in France, Germany, and other nations operating under different names. And all these organizations, including the CFR, continuously set up numerous subsidiary or front organizations that are infiltrated into every phase of the various nations' affairs.
Now, who these people are, from many videos I watch on YouTube, from what I've seen, from many videos, other videos I've seen on TV, and other things I've seen, now, I come to the conclusion that there is these secret societies. Now, you can look up a JFK speech, and he even mentions that, and then listen to all the details they said. You can hear him, or you can understand what he was saying.
The very word secrecy is repugnant in a free and open society. And we are, as a people, inherently and historically opposed to secret societies, secret oaths, and to secret proceedings. We decided long ago that the dangers of excessive and unwarranted concealment of pertinent facts far outweighed the dangers which are cited to justify it. There is little value in ensuring the survival of our nation if our traditions do not survive with it. And there is very grave danger, that an announced need for increased security will be seized upon by those anxious to expand its meaning to the very limits of official censorship and concealment. For we are opposed around the world by a monolithic and ruthless conspiracy, that relies primarily on covert means for expanding its sphere of influence, on infiltration instead of invasion, on subversion instead of election, on intimidation instead of free choice. It is a system which has conscripted vast human and material resources into the building of a tightly knit, highly efficient machine that combines military, diplomatic, intelligence, economic, scientific, and political operations. Its preparations are concealed, not published. Its mistakes are buried, not headlined. Its dissenters are silenced, not praised. No expenditure is questioned, no rumor is printed, no secret is revealed. No secret is revealed. I am not asking your newspapers to support an administration, but I am asking your help. In the tremendous task of informing and alerting the American people.
Anyone who challenges their control is deemed a sexist, a racist, a xenophobe, and morally deformed. They will attack you. They will slander you. They will seek to destroy your career and your family. They will seek to destroy everything about you, including your reputation. They will lie, and then again, they will do worse than that. They will do whatever's necessary.
You were both in Skull and Bones, the secret society. It's so secret we can't talk about it. What does that mean for America? The conspiracy theorists are going to go wild.
Sure they are. I don't know. I haven't seen the web.
Number 322?
First of all, he's not the nominee. And, look, I look forward...
Are you prepared to lose?
No, I'm not going to lose.
We have before us the opportunity to forge for ourselves and for future generations a new world order, a world where the rule of law, not the law of the jungle, governs the conduct of nations. When we are successful, and we will be, we have a real chance at this new world order, an order in which a credible United Nations can use its peacekeeping role to fulfill the promise and vision of the UN's founders.
I have in my possession a secret map made in Germany by Hitler's government, by the planners of the New World Order. It is a map of South America and a part of Central America, as Hitler proposes to reorganize it.
Well, you could look through symbols, okay? Because the cult and many of these societies, they use symbols. The skull and bones symbol, it's a symbol of death. And it's one of the biggest societies out there. And in Germany, Hitler had a prison camp. He had that skull and bones symbol on the patch for his prison cards. That's because these societies are likely sister societies, or the same societies, the same cult pretty much. They're occult, secret occult, secret society. They're pretty much like the same thing. They're very secret, so it's hard to prove a lot of this stuff for sure. So this comes conspiracy theory. But one thing is for sure, they have a lot of control, a lot of power. And the Masons... Now this is a sign over one of their lodges. Now at the bottom, you can see the upside down star. Now just by everybody knows, that's a satanic star. The only thing that's missing is a circle around it. Now if you look over to the one on the right, you can see the skull and bones below the double cross. That's because I believe that they're the pawns of the skull and bones and the Illuminati. People that spend many years of their lives looking at Hitler and he's in the cult and all this other stuff. And they say that, you know, he was taught how to speak, and he was probably picked because he was a more well speaker to begin with and stuff like that. And they got him into power. And then when the war ended, you know, he was taken out, but these other people, they weren't. Yeah, so what happened to this cult? You know, but I do believe these are likely the people who started this. They started the United Nations to begin with, and who got them the power, and they're like still behind it, and they like the power and money. Please tell everybody about my video. Subscribe. I mean, this gotta get out. Everyone gotta know this. I mean, very, very little people know this. So you gotta spread this around, because people have to know this. They have to know what's happening. I mean, this is what they're doing. They keep it very secret, quiet. I mean, you could come to me and watch these videos. I went through a lot of YouTube videos. Instead of going through all of them yourself, you can get a better idea. I can tell you which videos to go to and what's going on. I would like to thank you for watching my video.